Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Tyree from On the Hot Podcast. Today I have some bonus content for you guys. The bonus content I will be covering will be in the sport of baseball and the MLB world. If you guys haven't checked out, episode 95 is now available on all four of our platforms: our Instagram account, our Facebook account, our YouTube account, and our Apple Podcast account. So go ahead and check out episode 95 on all four of those devices if you haven't yet already watched or listened to the episode. And then this bonus segment with the MLB season underway. If we are officially in the start of the 2023 MLB season, I will be sharing my predictions from the American League and the National League division winners for this MLB season. So starting off with the American League, I will be starting off with the AL East. I think that the AL East will be the most exciting and the best division in all of baseball this MLB season. This division has five talented teams. All these teams are really good in their own direction. We're starting off with the New York Yankees. They have all the fire, they're full of star power. Meanwhile, you have the dangerous Toronto Blue Jays, who can be a threat to anybody on a given day or nightly basis in the MLB world. Then you have the sneaky Tampa Bay Rays that are always going to be in the mix no matter what happens with that roster and organization. And then you have the two wild card teams in that division, with being the Boston Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Both have some young, talented pieces on their roster. I think all five teams have a legitimate chance to win the AL East this year. But I'm going to go with the New York Yankees winning this division this MLB season. Aaron Judge, who is coming off of his stellar, historic performance as the American League MVP last season, I feel like he's gonna not leave off. He's gonna pick up right where he left off last season, and especially he's gonna have a lot of responsibility on his shoulders now, being the new captain in New York for the New York Yankees, signing that major 9-year extension with the New York Yankees during the offseason. The offensive star power of Stanton, Anthony Rizzo, DJ LeMahieu, when he's healthy, he's a threat as well. And the new addition to top MLB prospect Anthony Volpe, who is a top 5 prospect in the Major League Baseball this year. So I think this is going to be a tough team to beat, and this is going to be my pick to win the AL East this MLB season. Moving on to the AL Central, my pick is the Cleveland Guardians. I do believe that this Guardians team will win this division back-to-back years. Last year they won this division, and they gave the New York Yankees a run for their money in the second round of the AL playoffs last year. That series going all the way to Game 5. So I'm looking for the Guardians to have a spectacular year this year in the AL. They have this roster, I believe, will have a great offense this MLB season. Offense that's going to score a lot of runs, whether that's home runs, a lot of RBIs. That's going to be runs batted in that this team is going to orchestrate offensively. And they have a great pitching rotation as well. I expect them to win this division. Guardians are my pick for the AL Central. Moving on to the AL West, this is a no-brainer to me. The Houston Astros are going to run away with this division. As we speak right now, as a New York Yankees fan, this pains me to say, because no matter how many times the Yankees match up with the Astros just have their number. And it seems like that for everybody in the American League, because the Astros are the best team in the American League by far. They're the defending World Series champions after knocking off the Philadelphia Phillies last year in the World Series. So the Astros are looking to go back-to-back this year. And I like their chances of doing that. They have a roster led by Yordan Alvarez, Alex Bregman, and Jose Altuve. There'll be a handful to handle this MLB season. And they have a great bullpen and a great pitching rotation as well. It's going to be hard for anybody to not only just beat them in a 5 to 7 game series come playoff time, but also be the best team in the American League when the regular season ends. The Astros are known for having home field advantage heading into the playoffs, and last year they did that by having home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They really didn't need it against New York Yankees because they swept them in the American League Championship. But Astros, they are my pick to win the AL West. Moving on to the National League with the NL East, my pick to win this division is the Atlanta Braves. I think they truly have a chance to win this division for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 years in a row, they have dominated this division and they had their hands on this division. I think they have a chance to win six division titles in a row this MLB season. And they made a big splash during the off season. They were unable to successfully defend their World Series title that they won in the 2021 World Series when they beat the Houston Astros. They were knocked out in the second round by the Philadelphia Phillies. But they made a huge move during the offseason. They traded for athletics catcher Sean Murphy during the offseason. So now you're going to have a high-power offense that could get you a lot of runs on a daily basis. When you get Sean Murphy, Ronald Acuna, Matt Olson, and Austin Riley, this Atlanta Braves team is going to be a tough team to beat in the National League, and I could truly see this team winning 100 games or more this MLB season. That Atlanta Braves are my pick to win this division. And then moving on to the NL Central, my pick is the St. Louis Cardinals. I do truly believe that they got better this MLB offseason. They acquired Wilson Contreras, pairing him up with Paul Goldschmidt, and Nolan Arenado. I think this is going to be a good St. Louis Cardinals team. This should be a lot of fun to watch. The only concern I have for this team moving forward, if they want to compete for a World Series down the line, I think they're going to have to make a lot of trades to get more pitching. I think that's the only weakness in this roster right now that I see is pitching. I think that's going to be a huge asset that they're going to have to address come the summertime before the MLB trade deadline. But I like the St. Louis Cardinals team. They're my pick to win the NL Central. And then, last but not least, the NL West. My pick is the San Diego Padres to win this division. They are fresh off a National League Conference Championship appearance, losing against the Philadelphia Phillies. This team was just a few games away from competing against the Astros in the World Series after they acquired Juan Soto from the Washington Nationals before the MLB trade deadline last MLB season. So this team, I do believe with the roster that they have, I have high expectations for them this season, and they're my pick to win the NL West this MLB season. They're going to have a roster filled with young, talented stars. They're going to have Juan Soto. They're going to have Fernando Tatis Jr. when he comes back from his suspension. They're going to have Manny Machado, who's going to be there for a long time, who just signed a big contract to stay with the Padres. And they acquired Alexander Bogaerts from the Boston Red Sox during the MLB offseason. So I do believe that this Padres team has the chance to also, just like the Atlanta Braves, make it to the World Series, and I do believe they're going to be my pick to win the NL West this year. The Los Angeles Dodgers, with all that star power, has officially been put on notice, in my opinion, of all the talent that the San Diego Padres have in their repertoire for their roster as well. So those are all my MLB division winners for the American League and the National League. We'll see how things play out throughout the season. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.